Hello, everyone. So, I want to share something that happened yesterday, and before I go into it, I want to give a trigger warning because I am going to share about a young man taking his own life. So, yesterday morning, I came out for a run at about 7:30 a.m., and when I got out to the street from our place here, across the street, there was an ambulance in the parking lot and some police cars, and I didn't know what was going on. I kind of took a look. I couldn't see what was going on. There are some older folks that live in that apartment building, so I thought maybe something was going on with them. That's just what popped into my head. So I just sent a silent blessing their way, and I continued on my run. When I got back, Kelly shared with me that she had gone over and talked to one of the people over there, and that one of the young men that lives up on the top floor had jumped off the balcony into the parking lot and killed himself. As she shared this with me, I got this zoomed out. I kind of had this zoomed out, more impersonalized perspective where I saw the scenario earlier where I went out. There's me, I'm just some guy going out for a jog. Meanwhile, probably 100 feet away from me, there's a young man laying dead on the concrete there in the parking lot. And it just, sparked me into a deeper reflection, obviously feeling the pain of what was going on. Clearly he was suffering. He dealt with some mental illness. But, it's just interesting to go into that reflection of, everything just kind of going on as normal. And then right there across the street, there's that suffering happening, and of course the suffering of whoever his family members, friends, or loved ones are. But it got me to thinking. I guess the reflection is that you never know what's going on just 100 feet away from you, right? You could be in a great place, life's going good, and then just 100 feet away from you, one of your neighbors is suffering in a very deep way. Or you might be suffering and struggling in a deep, dark place, but 100 feet away from you, there might be someone who's experiencing sincere joy and could shine some light, sincere joy, health, steadiness within their being, and they could shine some light on your situation. And of course it brings me to feeling into a deeper place of why I do what I do. The main work in my coaching practice and in the work that I do, in the sessions that I facilitate, the retreats that I do, it's mainly focused on men. I don't work with men directly dealing with significant mental illness, challenges like schizophrenia or any challenges like that, though I have personal experience with that. One of my closest brothers and best friends that I grew up with just a couple years ago passed away from a drug overdose and was dealing with some pretty intense mental illness, and I was one of the closest people to him as he went through that struggle with addiction and mental illness for probably 12-13 years. So I'm pretty familiar with that challenge and that experience of loss of someone you deeply love in that way. But in my coaching practice with my clients, I don't deal directly with mental illness, but I am connected to organizations that do. I'm now on the advisory board of a nonprofit called Mentality Matters that supports veterans as a core focus and men with mental illness challenges and seeking their deeper healing, deeper sense of purpose, deeper sense of health. That's something I'm involved with now and becoming more involved with. And so it just, anything like that happens, for me, it's just like, okay, got to be even more on my path, got to be even more, doing this work to support men in being the healthiest, strong, most hopeful and optimistic men that they can be. I know that if I touch one man's life, I never know whose life then he'll go impact. Maybe they don't deal specifically with mental illness, but maybe they are someone who specializes in touching the lives of those that do or have a family member that does, and they can be more present for them. So it's a heartbreaking breaking situation, this that happened across the street. But again, I just felt moved to share that perspective and share the insight around what happened, and you know, it's another motivation to also get to know your neighbors, develop good relationship with your neighbors, know who they are, and how you can have good positive connections with them, because you never know how you'll impact someone's life just being friendly, being more warm in passing, bringing them something nice to their doorstep. That's what it sparks for me as well. So that's something we could use more of in our world, is just being really present with our neighbors, and present and warm, and taking the time to connect with one